got my pilgrim's passport, so it is officially day one on the Camino de Santiago.
I had no idea what was ahead of me for day one. I made the biggest mistake of my entire Camino this day, which was starting so late. I got a train to Vigo and had the bright idea to add an extra hour just to have my official start point be a fort overlooking the town, but with the forecast being for 36-degree heat, I should have known this was a bad idea, but spirits were high at this point. I was absolutely loving everything about it already, looking out for the shells and the yellow arrows to navigate, walking through the historical streets and later on through forest trails, stopping for my first coffee in Bocadillo of many on this journey. Thankfully, I happened to stop for my lunch break at the last cafe I would see for hours and got my first stamp and a whole handful of lollipops from the very kind cafe owner. Because I was walking so much later than anyone else, I was completely alone for pretty much the entire day, which I loved. I was also loving stopping for breaks beside waterfalls and soaking up the peace and all of the nature around me. After being out in the peak heat for way too many hours, I really started to struggle on the second half of the day, but the mental struggle was the real challenge. I started to doubt if I even had what it takes to walk a Camino if I was already struggling this much on day one, but I did my best to convince this part of my brain that this was only so hard because of the heat and every day after it will be easier. My body was stronger than I gave it credit for, so after one last lie down break in an abandoned mill, I made my way through Redondela to my hostel, which was absolutely beautiful. I caught the early parts of the sunset before heading to bed, getting lots of rest so I could do it all again the next day. Follow along for days 2 to 6 of my solo Camino de Santiago on the Portuguese coastal route.